ForexDayBreak podcast.
Good morning and welcome to episode 101. Forex pairs in this episode are EUR/USD. We have a sell limit order in place waiting for the next downturn. $Yen, we have a buy limit order waiting for the next turn up. And Euro/Pound, we'll see the latest development in this pair and try to catch the next larger move to the downside. It is recommended that you will learn to read the market yourself and not just blindly enter trades based on my signals or from any other signal provider. I will not take responsibility from your trading losses or credit from your profits. Okay, that said, let's start this episode. Yesterday was a good day. We traded 3 pairs. We have some profits to show. We didn't reach our take profit levels, but I stopped the trades on a nice profit, I think close to 100 pips. We can take a look here. So we have a 621.3 USD balance right now. And if we take a look at the account history, we can see yesterday we made about $50. So close to 100 pips. Of course, we'll make a more comprehensive analysis of this trading. On the weekend, you can find all of the information on my trades and on this account on FXbook, myfxbook.com. I can post the link to my Facebook timeline, and also the ForexDayBreak Trading Signals Facebook group is open for all, and I will post the link for my FXbook page also in that group, so you can go and take a look what's going on with this account and maybe take a part on this $500 challenge. So we started this year with $500 account, actually $538.1 US account, and we have now made just under $100 in a little over 1 week. So we are doing fine. We have a 6% week per week goal. We are very well on that goal right now, and of course we want to keep these profits. The nature of the market is that there's usually profits and losses. You just have to make sure that the profits are bigger and more frequent. Well, actually, they don't have to be more frequent even. Just make sure that your profits exceed your losses and you'll be fine. Sounds simple, but not so simple. So let's go to the market. EUR/USD 4-hour chart. We have a trade setup here. Again, it is a sell limit order. So EUR/USD sell limit at 108.95. Stop loss 109.45. Take profit 107.3. This is the trade we have today, and let's take first look at this 4-hour chart. So yesterday we had a down day, like the analysis was telling us, and now we have upwards momentum for the start of the trading today. I have a sell limit around on the previous corrective wave. We can take a look at this on a smaller time frame just in a minute. So the expectation here is that we have completed the minor wave 4 correction and have now started the next impulsive wave down. Of course, this is still unclear as we don't have a clear 5-way structure, at least on the 4-hour time frame. But let's go and take a look at this on 30-minute time frame. And here we can see that we have some type of impulsive structure or impulsive looking structure. Perhaps this can be interpreted as impulsive. So let's draw it here. So from the peak of the minute wave 4, the upper part of this wedge shaped or channel, the upper trend line is around 109.7. So from that high we can now see perhaps the first 5 wave structure right down to approximately 1084 level, and can now expect a corrective structure. And I have the sell limit order waiting if we get to that level, which is 108.95. If we don't get into that level and turn back down and can make out the continuation of this impulsive structure, of course, then we can enter a trade nevertheless and try to catch the next move down. The expectation here is that we have just started the next impulsive wave down, like I just said, and can expect a lot more downside. And first larger target is to clear from this channel and make a new midterm or short-term low. Perhaps on the 106 handle would be nice to see. This would give a very strong signal that this has indeed started or the next impulsive structure, the downside has started minute wave 5, and we can then expect a lot more downside out of this starting decline. As of now, it's slightly unclear on this 30-minute chart. It looks like we have a 5-way structure, but there is quite a lot of overlap, and the one thing I'm a little bit concerned is that we have an overlap right here. Only a slight overlap, but still an overlap. So let's keep an eye on this pair. We can see more upside in here. There is of course a potential for incorrect analysis here, and we might see more upside. We have a fairly tight stop loss in this pair, in this trade, so 50 pips. So if there's a small trade size, I have 0.05 lots at this point. We can limit our losses to a fairly decent sum of money. Of course, we don't prefer losses here, but they are inevitable. So just keep focused and try to trade the analysis. Try to recoup the losses you make. Try to keep them as small as possible. So sell limit here. Let's see how this develops. My expectation is that we are going to see a corrective move next, and then a continuation of this decline. Let's see dollar yen next. We traded this pair yesterday. We got some pips out of this, and maybe there's similar situation in dollar yen than in euro USD. So we can make out a 5-wave structure. We have a buy limit order here. So buy limit at 117.4, stop loss 117.16, take profit 120.5. This is our trade for dollar yen at this point. And a similar expectation is here. We see a 5-way structure. This is a 30-minute chart. So the lower the time frame, the harder the Elliott wave structure is to analyze, in my opinion. There can be a lot of mixed signals in lower time frame charts, and the degree of the wave is not that easy to spot as it is in higher time frames, 4-hour, daily, and so on. So this 30-minute chart is showing us a 5-way structure. So from the low of 116.5 approximately, we can make out a 5-way structure which is not violating any Elliott wave terms. We have a third wave that is not the shortest. We have no overlap between waves 1 and 4, and we have less than 99% of retracement in wave 2 compared to wave 1. So all of the 3 rules of Elliott wave principle has been met here. So this is a legitimate 5-wave structure, and then we can see a corrective move down. We can maybe make out a 3-wave structure out of that correction. And then we see another smaller 5-way structure, which has a slight overlap between waves 4 and 1. So a little bit worrisome situation here. And now we can see a drop and a decline, which can be interpreted as corrective or correction. So a little bit uncertain situation. Maybe we are still forming this larger correction, maybe a smaller correction, but the expectation is that we are still correcting the trend to the upside, and next larger move should be to the upside. So we have the buy limit order in place and are expecting a turnaround, and larger trend to the upside will continue, and the reversal in the larger triangle has already happened. So we can expect a lot more upside on this pair. The view in this pair supports the stronger dollar in other pairs, so in EUR/USD, in pound dollar, also Aussie dollar, United States dollar. There is a lot of evidence that we are going to see stronger dollar on the coming days and weeks. Let's take a brief look at euro pound. We don't have a trade here, but the situation looks quite interesting. So I have labeled now the larger correction ended. So we made a new high last week, penetrated the previous high of 0.74923. Now the new high is at 0.75545. And this new high marks the end of the intermediate wave B in my preferred wave count. So right here you can see intermediate wave B correction has ended. Perhaps it is still a little bit unsure because the decline from this high is so small. But I have labeled the intermediate wave B now ended. If this is correct, we can expect a lot more downside. A new large intermediate wave decree wave to the downside has possibly begun. So once we see clear evidence of an impulsive structure to the downside, perhaps in this 4-hour time frame, we can then be quite certain that this is indeed the case. This large correction, intermediate wave decree correction, has been very complex, sideways, up and down correction, which has already been a 333. So it is very near ending this correction. And if we get a little more upside, there is not much upside to gain here anymore, because the extent of this correction is so large and so complex. So if we are not at the end right now, we can expect a turnaround, a large reversal happening very soon in euro pound. And of course, this opens up a great deal of good trading opportunities to the downside on euro pound. Okay, that's all for today. Subscribe in YouTube to get these videos, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
ForexDayBreak.com